At times, the cab drivers were a bit rude to me, and believe me, it was not a pleasant experience. Recently, I had a very unusual experience in Bangalore, and this particular incident has not only helped change my outlook towards this city, but has carved out an entire perception of a country. Now, is that experience worth sharing? Let's find out and walk through a journey within yourself. Let's get FACToFIED. When I came to Bangalore in April 2017, I was almost as clueless as every non-Bengaluru resident is in this city. It was not much of a cultural shock to me, for I love its people, I loved its cuisine, I loved its culture. But a very difficult part to apprehend was the tricky part of dealing with the cab drivers. And believe me, it was not a pleasant experience. I think all of this cultural shock while dealing with the Uber drivers or the Ola drivers was due to the fact that there was a language barrier between the two of us. At times, the cab drivers were a bit rude to me, but then I used to always ignore their actions or their behaviors to me, because I knew somehow the stressful job of the nature that these cab drivers have, and not to mention the long driving hours that they had. Slowly, due to my curious nature of learning languages and the love for Kannada, I started picking up a few Kannada words here and there, and from Kannada Gothilla guy, I slowly became to a Kannada Swalpa Gottu guy. And then came a particular set of incidents involving me and the cab drivers. Every now and then, whenever I used to take an Ola or Uber, and whenever I used to board the cab, I would intentionally try to speak to the cab drivers in Kannada. And oh my god, their experience was totally priceless. Every time I used to use this broken Kannada, whatever I had picked up, their faces used to light up. And as always, let's try to support what I have been saying with the use of bare facts. So when I moved to the city in April 2017, my Uber rating was at 4.84. Fast forward a year, my Uber rating had dropped to almost 4.6 in April 2018. Currently, now this is the most important and interesting part. Currently, my Uber rating stands at 4.68. Now this jump from 4.60 to 4.68 corresponds to the period where I have been trying to converse with the cab drivers in broken Kannada. So what's the point of sharing all these things with you? Let's cut the crap and let's get straight to the realizations that I have had in Bangalore for the last 2.5 years that I have been staying in this city. People are always nice wherever you go. It's just that you have to put yourself in their shoes. For instance, if you take my example, I would try to talk to the cab drivers in broken Kannada, broken English, or even try to put few words of Hindi so that they can understand. And even they did the same. And we came to a common ground where I could communicate or they could communicate their needs to me. Now, such is life. I mean, you have to adjust a little bit and you'll see people opening their hearts to you. We may think of ourselves as being financially independent, which is true to a certain extent as well. But you should not equate this independence to individuality. Now, this is where the problem happens. The entire human evolution has been based on the concept or on this relationship of exchange. I'm sure you remember the barter system that we used to study in school, which was a simple example of how things or goods people needs used to be exchanged. We should also see the human side of everything simply because we are humans. We also have an emotional side to us. In my case, we do pay for the services of the cabs, but considering the stressful job that these cab drivers have and the amount of time they spend on the road in this maddening traffic for almost as close to 14 hours, you will definitely realize that money is not everything. So that was one of my random realizations in a cab. I hope you found the experience worthwhile and you could relate to it somehow. This was one of my attempts to reduce the boundaries amongst various people in this world. Please do like the video and share the experience amongst people in this world who could relate to my experience. Please do like my video and share it amongst people irrespective of the geography they do belong to. Do comment in the comment section below if you had any such random realization, or even if you want me to make a video on any such other random realization. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace out.